with me.
What it do though? Wait, why am I the only one
Hey,
without headphones on? I never get
because
this
I
one.
want it to be different, honey. I want it to be different. She
I never
different, yeah. She different. She
Damn.
different, yeah. She different. And
What you sipping on tonight?
good old whiskey sour. Which
Okay.
I'm very, very particular about brown, but Wood Forest Reserve has got me doing old fashioned. I'm going to bed though after this.
I am actually sipping
Sean, you
on
know I don't do no brown, so stop laughing.
a margarita tonight. Well, yeah, I mixed it myself. It's in this cup because I was rushing to get back
It
up
sure
here.
is big.
No, it's only about this much in here. But I was rushing, and this cup, it has the ability to
Keep it
completely close the
frozen.
straw. Yeah, so you can shake it. So I was like, we just gonna make it do what it do. I ain't got time. I got shit to
Right.
do. But it's good though. I will say it's good. Anywho, what you
That's
sipping on,
good.
Sean? Yes, I'm drinking with y'all tonight because it's been a while.
I'm just drinking some whiskey. That's all. I don't need the sour part.
Are you coming for me?
Nah, see, why you go there? Ain't nobody coming for you. I'm just saying I don't need the sour part. I'm just drinking straight whiskey. That's all.
So you just doing straight up any ice?
Well, yeah, I got ice.
Okay.
But no, I'm not coming for you. Just calm down. Calm
Okay,
down.
okay,
Have you been
okay.
pre-gaming, Gypsy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
A little
All
bit.
right then.
Okay.
Well, okay. So I got two requests. I forgot to tell y'all ahead of time. Forgive me because I had shit going on. Gypsy, they want a point because you have not given us a point in a while. Okay.
Ah, okay.
And they caught us on the carpet again, like you bitches are supposed to be giving us song recommendations. And I
Oh
actually had three people
yeah.
message me about that this week. We're supposed to be giving song recommendations every week and different positions or date night experiences or different things that the people can try because for some reason they actually think we know what we're talking about and they kind of trust us. I mean, I feel like that's a dangerous
Hmm.
landmine, but hey, they willing to walk it.
Mm.
I'm willing to give it. So why look
Mm.
at sour faced over there? Like what the hell?
Cause I'm just wondering, like, okay, so what are y'all positions? Y'all, oh, what are y'all positions?
Oh
What's
shit.
some shit that y'all do that we ain't talk about? Why don't y'all tell us that?
Ooh.
Who is y'all?
Uh-oh.
Me?
I'm talking to the audience.
Oh,
You
okay. I'm
calling
like, what
people
I do?
freaks?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
A freak in the morning, freak in the evening, just like me.
Do she still
That's my song for the week. Adina Howard.
does she still sing?
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah,
And
she
I'm not
still be
being
singing.
serious.
She
Is
still
it
no. I'm laughing because I saw some shit online of her not too long ago where she was, she still go out and sing her hit song and do concerts and stuff.
Hmm.
But you know, it don't hit the same like it used to.
oh,
I'm
well,
just saying. I mean, have you seen
A lot of
Genuine in
shit
concert
don't.
lately?
Right.
I have not seen him in a few years. I'm here with that little skinny old leg, them
Not,
legs. But listen,
wait,
I ain't mad because he
wait.
can
You
still
didn't see
sing
that?
though.
You didn't see when his neck went like this when he was trying to ride his pony.
I
That's all
listen.
he could do is he could do his neck.
I'm not gonna hate
Well,
on Gemini because he can still genuine shit. I don't call the man Gemini.
I was about to say, who
Genuine.
the hell is
Don't hate
Gemini?
look, don't hate on us. I know it's our month and all, but
I'm
shit.
not gonna hate on Genuine because he can still sing. Like I don't care what y'all talking about.
Yeah,
He can
he can
still
still
sing.
sing,
I
but
ain't,
he
I ain't, I
ain't
ain't
saying.
hating on I ain't hating on. All I'm saying is maybe staying in the studio is the best thing to do.
Right, because he can't ride his pony no more.
I mean, is he? You know what? I'm not going there with y'all. Never mind. Keep it
I mean,
moving.
so
What?
I guess
I
y'all ain't
just
see
said.
where he fell off the stage, huh?
I did.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Ride it, my
Trying sitting there
pony.
trying to be all like he's still young. That's
Well,
all
I'm
I'm
And
saying,
saying.
you know,
'cause,
these 50-some-year-old knees do not do it like they used to. And I know he 54 because he went to school with my sister. My other,
listen, I'm not gonna say what the knees can and can't do. All I'm gonna say is, I'm not gonna hate on him because he can still sing.
even with a replace, do you know that for sure, or is it a trap?
Why you always hating on these people? What? Why? What?
What?
What did he
I
do to you?
I just asked a question. You see, my eyes is getting a little tight. You know, you don't ask drunk people questions because they answer a little bit more truthfully than you want them to. Now, if
You
you
know
wanted to
what?
PC me, you should have called 2 hours ago.
Don't be telling that man business. Shut the hell up.
I'm just saying. Is it a track? Is it Memorex? Remember that
I'm
commercial
gonna say
song?
he's
Is it
singing. That's
Memorex?
all I'm gonna
Is it
say. I
live?
believe he's singing. Okay.
Is it live or is it Memorex?
I believe he's singing. That's all, I don't know. Don't
Hey,
care.
he might be singing. I don't know. All
I
I
don't know,
know
but it sounds
is
too much
he
like the
need
record.
he need to stop not trying to do that shit he used to do back when he used to be a stripper. You know what I'm saying? He can't do that no more.
Lord Jesus.
Aye.
Hmm.
He might be able to do it in the room as an only fan.
You know,
What?
y'all some
I'm
haters.
saying where
Leave
he
the man
can
alone.
control. I'm
I
saying where he
ain't
can
I ain't
control
hating.
the environment. I'm not
I'm just
hating. I'm
speaking the
just
truth.
saying where he can control the environment because I'm pretty sure he didn't see that little drop coming when he fell off the stage. But if he was in his room and doing the OnlyFans, he would have known where all the pieces was.
No,
Oh
but
my God.
if he was in his prime and he jumped down like that, he would have fell backwards.
That
But
too.
That's all I'm saying. Stop. I ain't saying nothing
Say,
about the singing. All I'm saying is
stop.
stop trying to do all the stuff you did back in the day because you ain't built like that no more. Plus, he got like at least an extra 60 pounds on him.
I hadn't seen him. I hadn't seen a picture of him in a while. I don't know. Anywho, because we're talking about the past tonight.
And that's what it is. He trying to still relive the past.
You so
We talking about, hey, that was a good segue. He is still living in
just
the
want to let
past
that man be great.
because
Let him be great.
he's still living in the past. Honey, that's I mean, but you know what? It's a lot of people like that. Think about it. I
That's
got I got a bunch of Facebook friends like that are like people I know in real life from childhood. And a
okay.
lot of times that's all they keep bringing up is high school. Well, that must be when they peaked.
Oh my God.
No,
I'm trying to think, do I even still know anybody from high school at this point?
I know a whole bunch of them.
I think I'm friends on Facebook with two people from high school. One I dated and one I was really close with after high school. We knew each other in high school and we were cool, but we got close after high school, like into adulthood and growing into ourselves. And
Okay.
yeah, I don't think I'm friends with anybody else from like
Dude,
I was kind of like, fuck it, fuck
that's not
y'all. What up?
good.
Why is that not good? Girl, fuck them people.
Hey, your
What's
boy
up, Sad?
said, what up, said?
Why? Listen, in high school, you want to know what the daily rhetoric was for me? You're too light skinned. Your hair is not nappy enough. You talk too white. You think you're better than us. Why are you so bougie? All because I was quiet. Like I was literally just quiet, and that bothered people.
Better than this.
I,
Why you so bougie?
you feel like, girl, fuck them people. Okay, listen. This is a real story that happened to me in high school. Y'all remember what was it? Upward Bound? No, it
Hey,
might have been Upward
Justice.
Bound. Hey, Justice. Okay, so Upward Bound or whatever it was, where they would take you out of town and show
Right.
you all this stuff to prep you for college. We were literally on an Upward Bound trip. I forget where we were, but we were out of town. And I got into a fist fight with a dude because this was before, I guess it was popular to do, but I had red braids, like real cute braids. And they couldn't stand the fact that I just didn't give a fuck and was like, why you got red braids? Because I wanted it. You didn't pay for it. Like,
Wow.
right. So I'm sitting on the bus, and I think I've told a part of this story before, but yeah, they used to bully me. And that night, and I was quiet, right? Because see, with my mom and them, I grew up, you go out there and get your ass whooped, you coming home and get another ass whooped. You better beat them down. With my auntie and them, I grew up, don't bring no bullshit home. You better not be out there getting in no fights. So I was conflicted, right? So by the time I got to high school, I was conflicted. Like, I don't even know what. So I was just quiet. So
Right.
anyway, I'm sitting on the bus, minding my business, talking to one of my little friends. And his little fuck ass, because they were sitting in the back, I was in the middle. He walks past me with his arm out and like bops me as he goes past, and I fucking lost it and went black. Like, they had to pull me off of him because I laid his ass out across one of them seats and went straight ghetto. Like, yeah.
The
So
fact that he got laid out by a chick, he probably is still living in the past on that one. Ooh,
I
Jesus.
mean, I don't know, but yeah, they had to pull me off him. Cause see, I don't play with nobody. I don't bother nobody. There were very certain rules I was taught in the street. You don't pick up no gun in case unless you plan to take a life. You don't start no fight unless you know you're gonna finish it. So I minded my business. But once you put your hands, that's off limits. You can call me whatever. I don't care about that. Hands don't belong. So after that, they
There's
left me alone.
that.
Though. Yeah. After that, they left me alone. I mean,
Well, you know,
mm,
that's funny that you say that though, because there are
what?
a handful of people that I think back to that I don't want to be in touch with them. I have not been in touch with them. I had one that tried to connect on Facebook, and I looked at the friend request and said, "But you didn't like me in school. Why the fuck you? Oh,
Right.
you trying to be nosy? No.
Right.
Surveillance cameras are off. Click. No. Declined.
Like
But
literally.
so
Same from
okay,
high school
Sean
and
looked
from
like he
college.
wanted to say something. Let him go. Go ahead, Sean.
I'm just saying that sometimes people do mature. You know,
If I
they
didn't like you
may.
then, I don't need to know
No,
you
no,
now.
no, 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 no. I understand that part of it. But then again, isn't that living in the past?
For me, it's living in the past for them to want to connect with me now. I don't know you now. Like, it would be different for me if we ran out into each other in public and organically met. And you know what? You're pretty dope now. Okay, so the second person that I mentioned that we were cool in high school, but we became close after, that's actually how it happened. Like, we never had a problem, just didn't run in the same circle in high school. We just knew each other. So randomly, like 10 years later, 9, 10 years later, I think one of us was walking out of Publix and one of us was walking in. We just walked right past each other and recognized each other like, hey, and exchange contact information. And to this day, we're still friends now. So that's been 20 years total, I guess, since we've been out of school. Almost 30. So almost 20 years that we've been friends now. And that was organic. But it's weird to me if I didn't like you or you didn't like me in school for you to see me on Facebook and be like, I think we should be friends. Why? Like, there's a chick that I got into a fight with in college. I don't even remember what it was. Can't even lie to you and tell you I know what it was about. Because we were friends. That was the weird part. We were friends because we were all on the dance team together. And one day she just decided she didn't like me anymore and was talking a whole bunch of shit. And I was like, okay. And then when she got in my face, it went left, right? And so after that, we just stayed away from each other. And randomly, she sent me a friend request like, hey, girl. And I was like, no. Why? Because to me, I agree with Gypsy on that it makes me question your motivation. there's no reason
Mhm.
that you would ever think that I would like you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So I'm not going to see a random person I didn't get along with before and then just decide time has passed. We should be friends.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah.
And then I know
It's not that
people,
much time that's passed.
right? And then I know how people think. Typically, and I'm not saying this is across the board, typically, because I've had two girls that I got into it with that tried to send me friend requests. Typically, it's the motive. They want to see what
Mhm.
you're doing, how well you're doing. Because one girl I left a scar, and I told her that I would, and I meant it. And so I feel like she wanted to see what my life looked like now. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because she ended up dating somebody that I dated, and it was kind of a situation of sometimes you don't know what God's saving you from. So she
She
ended up
got your
with him.
leftovers and he's in trouble.
Baby, he was trash. She ended up with him for about 10 years. They got married, adopted kids. And the only reason
Oh
I
shit.
know is because I was still really close with his sister for years. So I was still around and would always hear. They went through. And that's the only reason I could think of. Why would you want to be my friend? You got a scar on your face from me. You dated my ex.
Mm-mm.
What we got to talk about? Scars and dick? Like,
Right.
I'm not trying to be
Ah,
funny. But,
there's that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, some people are just popping up as surveillance. They don't really they don't really want to be your friend or be in your circle, but they want to a lot of times they want to compare, which is kind of weird,
I mean, to me, that's
but
just a crazy thought process. Like, if you think like that, that's crazy. Like, why would you
it's people
care?
like
Like,
that. It's people
that's
like that
and
though,
that,
Sean.
and that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. That's crazy. If you think like that, you're crazy. You want to seek help. Bottom line.
and I can't tell you how. And the reason I assume that people are thinking like that when they do reach out, because I cannot
Because
tell
they
you how
are.
many clients I've had that conversation with, where I'm literally the
Mhm.
one like, why are you trying to talk to this person? And they're trying to see what happened. Did they
Right.
get what they wanted? Did they get what I wanted? Did they do better than me? What kind of
Did
house
they
they
do
living
better
in?
than me since I took whoever from
You
them
see,
or
and I,
since da 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 da?
right? And I'm always the voice of reason in their ear, like, baby, this is why you're paying me. You need to stop the bull. No.
But
let's
wait, and the
let's work
other
on
thing,
boundaries.
Sean, think about what she just said, especially if they've gotten your leftovers, right? And they going through it with your leftovers.
Yeah.
They want to see, are you going through it too with your next?
Yeah.
No, you going through it with what I was saved from. And
And it's not
I
just women.
wasn't
Trust me, I've had this
now look,
conversation with men too.
I I wasn't going to talk about it and I'm not
Oh
going
yeah.
to talk about it in depth, but I am going to say I received a message from somebody yesterday from the past. That's why I was laughing because I didn't even know what the topic was going to be today until I looked in our chat, right? And I was like, "Oh, that's real genius." But yeah, somebody from the past sent a message and was like, and basically the person he wound up with didn't treat him the way I treated him, and he treated me bad. Well, that's what you get.
I mean, I feel what
Grass
y'all
isn't
saying,
always
but at
grass
the end of
isn't
the
always
day,
greener. And why are you
at,
back in my inbox?
at the end of the day, that's living in the past, ain't it?
I mean, it's really no different than somebody trying to circle the block when you're no longer with them and they're trying to see will you still take their phone call? Will you still respond to their
Right.
text? Would you still go out on a date with them? Would you still get them some coochie or some dick? It's
That
really
part.
no different. That person
Right.
has a different reason for the motivation, but they're still trying to see where you are and what you have. In other words, they're trying to make themselves feel better. Did I do better than they did? That's really the question that most people
Mm-hmm.
are trying to figure out. Did I do better
That
than
part.
they did? Right? Especially if
Mm-hmm.
they had some type of insecurity in the experience with you or they thought they were better than you. They really
Right.
want to see if you're struggling or failing, and they still can feel better than you, because most people look to other people to be a reflection and make themselves feel good instead of doing the inner work. I'm not even going to say most
Validation.
people, a lot of people. I ain't going to say most, but a lot of people.
Validation.
Validation, right? They want to look at
Validation for
you to feel
feeling the
better.
way that they're right. Validation for feeling the way they're feeling. Validation for, and justification for them feeling like they one upped you. And then when they realize, no, I'm like living in a swamp and I'm living in a swamp with alligators swimming around.
So I'm going to change the subject just a little bit, get us off of
Right.
gypsy bullshit with pre-gaming. So I shared this with her while we were waiting for you to come back in, Sean. I actually talked to her about it a little bit earlier last week when it was like live in the middle of
Right.
happening, right? So I hadn't shared it widely because I was trying to wait till I was closer to finishing to just talk about it and share more of the journey and more of my anecdotes and stuff. But anyway, I was back in school finishing up a doctorate. Now, for context, I've already done a PhD program. I've done the whole 5 years of coursework. I stopped on a medical sabbatical in my dissertation, right? So
Right.
that being said, I took my medical sabbatical November 2015. Last year, I said, if I'm going back, I need to go ahead and go back, because the longer I wait, I ain't gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it really was a promise to me that I wanted to fulfill, right? Because I was a high school dropout at 15. So that was something I wanted to fulfill for myself when I got my GD at 18. I said, I want to go all the way to my doctorate just to know that I can, just to know that I'm intelligent, because I grew up in that time frame where I kind of fell through the cracks, right? People thought I dropped out because I was stupid. It was a whole lot of other things, but that was not it. But I
Right.
felt stupid because of all the insults and all the things I constantly got from family, right? So
Right.
anyway, I did the journey, stopped after the car accident and the injuries and all the things, and finally got back in school last year. And I chose a CBE program, which is means competency based education. They typically let you into the program when you can prove that you've already developed the experience and you have a knowledge base of the information. You're not just coming in like a newbie to it, right?
Right.
So I said, bet I could do this. So the program, I think they give you, and all of this matters, I think they give you like 4 years to take the program. I was averaging a class every 4 to 5 weeks because I handle my shit, like running a business, being neurodiverse, traveling for work, being up and down with health issues. And I was still averaging 16 papers every 4 to 5 weeks to get through each course. So we came to a head because, and it's going to tie into the topic in a minute. We came to a head because I had been telling my advisor, who was a fucking nincompoop, that I wasn't quite sure that the specialization that I was in was going to fit where I wanted to go anymore. I had made a lot of changes since enrolling. So we had gone through it a couple of times, and I wasn't in love with any of the other specializations. So I kept it, organizational leadership. It fits the corporate work that I do, right? So now they are opening up an educational psychology specialization. I was like, boom, this is like perfect. Hey, Alicia. I was like, bet this is perfect because this hits my experience, my education, like the whole career path I've been in on both sides. Love this. Well, the
Right.
problem is it was supposed to open up in May. They pushed it back. Who knows? I don't know why the reason was. And they said June, but I could never actually get a firm date from my advisor. So I started asking the question, well, okay, you all operate on a subscription model. So you pay for 6 months at a time. You can pay in full or you can, pay every month. But 6 months, you can take as many credits as you can get in based on how quickly you're getting your assignments done, how quickly they're getting them back, blah, blah, blah. So I kept asking, well, what happens if we get to May? Because I'm in my last 4 class. All I need is my last 4 specialization classes. What happens if we get to May and y'all are not opening it yet? She never had an answer. And this is why I say she's a nincompoop, because to me, an enrollment advisor or an admissions advisor, their whole job is to advocate for you. Yes, they work for the school, but they're literally supposed to help you figure out this path in the school, right? They should be walking both sides of the line. And she just was always like, oh, I don't know, I'll check. Okay, that's code for you're scared and you're not gonna ask. Okay, bet. So I started saying, well, who do I need to talk to? Because after a month and a half of asking you this question, we're not making no headway. And it's April now, almost May. I need some answers. So anyway, she gave me the dean, gave me the wrong dean, gave me the right dean, contacted the right dean, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, we hit a wall because they said, well, you don't have any options. You can pay to sit out for a month. And then when the next class opens up, you can take it, or you can stay in the specialization that you're in. So you want me to pay you for something that's not really going to fit my needs or my business needs anymore, or sit out and pay you and wait for this class to open up. So we kept going back through the conversation, and I copied some information off of their website, and I said, hey, this is literally what you all say on the website, and this is what my enrollment advisor said. Well, that's not true. Okay, well, y'all the ones that say y'all record every conversation. One thing I've never been is stupid, slow, or dumb. So I know that anything I say to you can be proven, right? But be that as it may, here we are. Then they said, well, you have 3 options. Since we can't come to an agreement, you can sit out for a month and pay, wait for this class to open up in June. You can take the next class in the specialization that you're already in, but we won't transfer it into this other specialization. So you're just going to take an extra class, but at least you'll get something for your money, or you can withdraw. I said, bet, bitch, I'll withdraw. Because one thing you'll never do at this point in life to me is make me feel like I don't have a choice. Now, the reason that I'm saying this ties into the past is because I really had to sit with myself and ask myself, where did I see myself going with this? Was I willing to give them a tuition payment, even though I was going to sit out for a whole month and wait for them to open up this other class? Was I willing to take another class that not necessarily beneficial to me? Okay, at least I'm not sitting on my thumbs and getting nothing. Or, sorry, that was a client messaging me. Or, am I withdrawing? Where does my integrity sit with this, and how much does that promise to myself mean to me? And I had to get some clarity, because the thing that I realized, and I'm sharing this in hopes that it will help whoever. The thing that came true for me is this: I had actually already honored the promise. Technically, I'm considered ABD, which means all but dissertation, because I've done an entire PhD program.
Right.
So I sat with it and I said, is it worth it to me to prove a point and feel like I'm losing? Or is it worth it to me to stand in my own integrity and always bet on me and choose me and honor the word that I speak to myself now, which is to never again ever let anybody make me feel like I don't have a choice or I don't have options? Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I had to let part of that past go, because I was still holding a big chunk of that 18-year-old girl who was feeling not enough. Like she had to keep proving it. And what triggered that realization for me was every time they emailed me, they were blowing smoke up my ass. This is what I do. Because they kept saying, oh, but you're like, I have maintained a 4.0. They've never had anybody else go through the classes as fast as I have. And I'm doing the work. You know why they know I'm doing the work and it's real? Because it's based on my real life business. Every single research paper I wrote, I used my own business as a case study. And then, of course, I pulled in research, right? So they knew that nobody else was doing my work. It wasn't AI. It was all me, right? But what I had to realize was I was being triggered because the deans were like, yeah, you've been an exceptional student and you've done this and you've done that. And just look at. So you're going to sit here and sing my praises and give me all these accolades and then still be like, bitch, give me your money. No. No. So my hope in sharing that is that it will help somebody else get that 30,000 foot view or that helicopter view, that context as well, right? Because I didn't realize that I was allowing a piece of the past to control this decision. Now that doesn't mean that I won't find another program that speaks to my soul, because number one, I just like to learn. But if I don't, I've now made peace with, if I never get a piece of paper that says you have a doctorate, I'm okay, right? Because I don't have to let the past control this moment. So take from that
Right.
what you will, you know. But it's sneaky. Another point I'm highlighting is it's sneaky how the past will be writing your decision and you don't even realize that that's the driving force.
Right.
I mean, I feel
Because
that,
you
but I just got so many questions now because, like, did they want you to pay and then sit out and then come back and pay again to take the class you needed?
Yes.
yes.
No, get the fuck out of here. So,
So they wanted me
you
to
know
pay
what?
for May.
This right here. You see this right here? This is what they
Thou
could do.
may, thou may ingest.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what they could do. 'Cause get the fuck out. I'm not going to pay you to sit
Yeah.
out and get nothing and then come back and pay it. Get the fuck, man. Look, I'll
Yeah.
smack everybody
So,
up in there.
And
so
you
they
know
wanted
what's
me to
so
pay for
funny?
May and sit out and then come
Right.
back in June and resume continuing to pay for those last 4
No,
classes, or
Right.
stay
no.
in a specialist. Then they offer me this choice before all of this at the end. They said, well, my advisor said, well, you could just go ahead and stay in the specialization you're in. And then once you graduate, you could do a postdoc certification. I said, but you want me to pay you more money, right? So all of this circles back to, you still want me to pay you
To
money
pay
for
more
something,
money.
right?
Because
It's that.
You know,
she gets compensated based on how many credit hours you have to take.
But it sounds like they intentionally not offering it just so they can get more money
Right.
out of people.
Right.
because they had another student in the exact same situation that I was in. And that's what she tried to use to convince me to do it. Well, it's another student. You don't have to feel bad about it. It's another student. I said, who the fuck are you talking to? And this is when we
That
had to
don't
have
give
a
me
real
nothing.
conversation,
Right.
because I said, she was like, well, I said, let me ask you a question. And I mean, no offense by this, but we talk every week other than when I'm running behind with a session or meeting and I can't take your call. She said, yeah. I said, every week that you've called me, have I really needed your help for anything? Like, really? And she was like, no. I said, think about that then. Ain't nothing you telling me right now going to inform my decision. I will make my decision based on what I believe to be best for me. You don't really have any input because you hadn't been that helpful. Well, I mean, no, you've not been helpful. The only thing that you've done is you'll ask me
It's
where I
get
want
on
to
my
be in my next
nerves.
class when we talk again. And then when we talk again, I've hit that milestone and you're constantly like, I was stressing this lady out because she was panicking when you're moving through the classes so quickly. And I just want to make sure that you don't burn out and I got this. I'm good. I don't need you to worry about my mental health. Like, let me run this show, right? But again, it was all focused on the longer you take,
Right.
the more money you pay. And
Right.
so, again, I had to sit with that and ask myself, was I willing to do it for a promise that 18-year-old me wanted to honor? Or could I allow myself to see, in all actuality, the promise had already been honored. It would have just been twice. And this time would have just been on paper. But did it really mean that much to me? And so another thing I want to throw out there is I think sometimes, whether it's a relationship, finances, family, doesn't matter. A lot of the times we hold ourselves hostage to thinking it has to look a certain way in this tunnel vision because that's how we envisioned it, long ago. I mean, hell, don't shit look like it did when I first went to college. When I first went to college
Right.
and I graduated with my undergrad, we all want to go into private practice and be this and that. Nobody I went to undergrad with is in private practice, because the deeper we all got into the field, it was like, this is some bullshit. Right.
Right.
So we have to be able to pivot. Just like you look at an old relationship and you like, he ain't shit, she ain't shit. You got to be
Like,
able to look
what
at
the
different
fuck was I
things.
thinking?
Right.
Why was I so goo goo gaga? And this dude gave me hell and I still was down for him. Why?
Mhm.
Why when he wasn't reciprocal?
Yeah.
And see, that is the thing also, is that sometimes we give grace where grace is not,
Hmm.
it's not the appropriate response. I mean, everybody doesn't deserve grace just because they had access to you. And see, I'm now living on this motto. This is my new motto. Once you lose access to me, don't expect the same me I once gave you. Expect the version you deserve from the energy you created.
Oh, I like that. I like
So
that.
if you turned me into a cold-blooded person, you turn me into that, and that's the version that you get. That doesn't mean everybody else gets that version. That's the version you get, because that's what you created. And
Yep.
it's kind of sobering to realize that you're right. I don't have to hold myself hostage to 18-year-old me, to 20-something-year-old me, to 30-something-year-old me. I it's okay to, cuz one of the things I think about is the old me. I forgive her cuz she was young.
Hey, Dale. That's a big one right there, ain't it? Like,
I
just
forgive her cuz
recognizing we
she was
deserve so
young.
much grace. Man. I
She
look
was
back at
young.
my
She
young
didn't know no
self and I'm
better.
like, girl, you was not okay. You was crazy as
Right.
hell. Like, just
Right.
wilding out, doing all the things and,
Ah, Sean, what's the
trying to
eyes
figure out,
for,
like,
boo? What's the eyes for?
It
what is the
was.
eyes for?
It was.
You know what? Kiss my whole ass, Sean.
The entire one.
You
Like
know
I'm just like, but the thing is that you know life jades you though.
what?
Life jades you. Um, the 18-year-old us, the 16-year-old us, we're full of wonder and we're full of high expectations of the world. And then if we encounter what's really going on in the world, it kind of changes us, and it changes us in not such of a good way. So in a way, when we're living in the past, a lot of times we're trying to make it up to that glassy-eyed teenage or young adult version of ourselves that thought that everything was going to be fine as long as we put our best foot forward.
Yeah.
And when it wasn't, it changed our reality, and it also changed our perception. So yeah, Sean, sometimes when you talk to people who are older, who have been through some shit, sometimes we do sound cynical. Sometimes we do sound like the glass is half full all the time.
You know,
I'm sorry. You first of all, you ain't that much older than me. It's only a couple of years. So don't sit there and act like you giving sage
A lot
advice
can happen
from the
in a
top of
couple
the
years.
mountain. But I mean, I understand what y'all are saying. It's just for me. Well, I've always lived my life with no regrets, no matter what. I've always lived my life balls to the wall. I was a hellion when I was a teenager. Trust me. Yeah. Oh shit, it's on and popping.
dog came in there like, me too, bitch.
Somebody's
What?
at the somebody's at the door. So
Yeah,
y'all
we heard the
carry on.
doorbell.
I know. Y'all carry on. I'll be right back.
But I don't live in my past. I allow my past to be life lessons,
Yeah.
but I don't live in my past. And when I was about 19, my grandmother, me and my grandmother, we were very close, but she gave me some advice that has always stuck with me. And she said, "You leave them where you find them."
Yeah.
And ever since I took that on and I live life like that, like because if I find you and you at a certain spot, that's where I'm gonna leave you at. I'm not gonna sit here and try to pull you out. If you ain't trying to get up out of where you at, I'm not gonna try to pull you out. That's gonna drain me. I'm not about that.
Hmm. I think one of the things I've had to, and the reason I say I look back and I can be honest enough to be like, girl, you was not okay. Um, I found my voice as I got older, as we tend to do, right? And some people are fortunate enough to find it when they're younger and really just honor that and walk in it. And some of us, it takes a while to let it out. I think I heard my voice for a long time in my head, but I never felt like I had the safe space to speak out a lot of the things that I felt and or needed or wanted, as I was growing up. And so, and a big part of that was really dictated by the adults, right? I had a lot of angry adults around me. I had two parents that were addicts. I had, my aunt that adopted me, her aunt, my aunt that adopted me, her husband, that got all gobbled up. Her husband was military. He was, I don't know what the fuck he was, but he was going through shit. And you know, he took that. And I want to be careful what I say because everybody's experience is different. It felt like to me as a child, he took his shit out on us as kids, right? So I had an angry dad who was a veteran and struggling with PTSD and alcoholism and drugs. And I had all these other angry adults around me, always spreading that anger and that violence, right? And so I learned how to take up less space, to be less noticeable, right? And then with my let me put this on vibrate. With my aunt, when I lived with them, he was a disciplinarian. And so, like, when we would get in trouble, you got this big ass 6+ foot dude that would like take his fist and beat my cousin in the chest and take spoons and beat us on the hands with them. Right? So, like, there wasn't a lot of space for me to find ways to speak or talk about what I needed or identify what I needed. And then so it created this rage in me. And I was very clear what it was. Don't ask me how I knew because I don't even know how I knew, but I knew what it was, and I knew that it was dangerous to let it out. Right? So I remember having this conversation, and y'all, please, I promise I'm not like a sociopath or a psychopath, but I remember at like 17 having a conversation, like 16, 17, having a conversation with my best friend at the time. And I was trying to explain to her how angry I was. Like I was trying to find a way to let somebody know, like, I'm not okay. And she just was kind of dismissive about it. And I understood that that's all she could give me. Like I didn't have any anger with her. I knew she was a kid just like me. So I just kind of shut it down and was like, but I remember telling her, like, we're not the same. And she was like, girl, everybody's angry with their parents. I was like, no, if I could slice a bitch's throat right now, I would. We're not the same. Because I knew that rage that they had dumped into me, it was trying to find a way to come out. That's why it ended up getting in fights, right? I was always quiet. I didn't bother people because that's how I was taught. Don't fuck with listen, you don't deal with nobody until they come for you. And then all bets are off, right? So it was like when I got to that bubbling up point, that's when I'm like coming to blows with somebody and I'm blacking out. That's scary to a kid. You don't know what that is at 10, 11 and 16 years old and 17 years old. You just know it is. So now as an adult, I can look back and be like, that child, she was not okay. She was trying to survive and stay sane in a crazy ass world with no help from the adults around her, which is why I don't know. Sometimes I have so much compassion for people, and other times I'm like, figure that shit out. God damn it, I did. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? But I also
And
have to
then
recognize everybody's not me and everybody's not you, Sean. Like,
exactly. No, no,
you have
no.
to
That is what I was going to say. Everybody doesn't have the wherewithal
yeah,
to know how to come up out of something. I mean, hell, especially when you're young, you may not know. I mean, shit, I fought every day until I got to high school. Like every day, every single day of my
yeah,
life, until I got to high school. Because by the time I got to high school, that's when everybody was like, that nigga will throw hands.
Like
And
that
what's
nigga's
crazy, if I
crazy.
wasn't scared to get my ass beat at home, I probably would have got in more fights. But the handful of fights that I did get into, it always set it up to where once I got in that one fight, they ain't bother me. And it would not start again until I got to a different school. And because you're different, because you're quiet, people fear what they
No,
don't
that's
understand.
yeah, that's about to say. That's why I got in so many fights. I was always the new kid, always going to a different school, and then I always was adventurous.
Yeah.
So I would
Bet
go
you were.
anywhere, anytime. I ain't give a fuck, and I go by myself. And so they be like, "Yo, who you? You in my hood? I gotta fight."
Yeah.
But now, when I say you leave them when you find them, what I mean is this: like when when you meet somebody, you don't really know them, but when you talk to them, you get this, you notice things about them. But every time you see this motherfucker, you want to bum a goddamn cigarette. Why the fuck you ain't you smoke and you don't make enough money to afford your own cigarettes? What the fuck is going on? That's what I'm talking about. Now, as far as
Like
actual
you want me to
growth with
support
a
your habit?
basically, but with growth with a person, it's like okay, if I see that you're trying to grow, of course I'll work with you. Now,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what you're doing and how everything is going, will determine on how much of me I'm going to invest in you. But if I see you making a conscientious effort to really come out of wherever you at, I'm gonna ride with you. But if you
Mm-hmm.
sitting there all Eeyore and shit,
Oh,
yeah, I can't. I can give you.
I think
I
you
can give
brought
you
the
some.
Winnie the Pooh reference.
I can give you some advice, but that's about it. It's up
He
to you.
said Eeyore.
I mean,
You
but
know
y'all
what?
knew what y'all knew exactly what I
I
meant when I
knew
said it.
I
because
did.
you know what? The thing is one of my puppies I refer to as Eeyore because when he get in trouble, walks around like Eeyore, like kind of slow and melancholy, and yeah, there's that.
I people always say you shouldn't hold a grudge, and I'm like, whatever. I don't even know if I would
I've
call it
held
that
a
I
grudge
hold
so
grudges.
long. Well, I've held a grudge so long I forgot what the fuck I was holding it for, but I know I don't like your ass.
I'm like, yo, get you. Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily hold grudge. I don't know if I would say that, but I will tell people I forgive, I just don't forget. I
You're
forgive
not
you for
supposed to
my
forget.
freedom. I forgive you for my power. Like I just don't want anybody else to have that kind of power over me and bondage emotionally, right? So I forgive, but I don't forget shit. And so that's why when y'all was like, well, why wouldn't you want to talk to somebody in high school? If I wasn't fucking with you then, unless you end up proving to me through organic experience that you were an entirely different person, I'm still not going to fuck with you now because most people don't change their personalities that much. We just become bigger, bolder versions of ourselves. Now, that's not saying that some people don't heal and go in a different direction. They do. But for the most part, in the 26 years that I've been working with people, I've typically seen it's going to be the same story over the generations and the decades. So no. And that's why I feel like even that's why I use like the example with the school. I had to ask myself because at one point I was like, okay, are you doing this out of spite? Like fuck them? Or are you doing this because this is really, once you double down, we got that Sagittarius stubbornness, So I really had to check in with myself, like, oh, okay, are you that little kid being stubborn? Like, what's your motivation right now? And I had to make sure that I was making my choice because it was truly the best choice for me, not
Right.
about being spiteful or trying to prove a point to them. You know what I'm saying? What's so funny, Sean? What's so funny?
Abstract thoughts and
Yeah.
things about the world.
Right. But so look, the one thing is it's funny you say that because I've gone back to school also. And what's so funny is I told my siblings and neither one of them are happy for me, which is kind of funny.
That's fucked up. Mm.
Yeah. But you know
and
what?
so
It's okay.
yeah, because at the end of the day, what matters is your happiness, not nobody else's. Whether they
Yeah,
congratulate
but you
you
would
or
think that would be your support team, but it's not.
and that's the reason why I am the way I am, and it's because you can't count on support from nobody else, but you can always count on it from yourself.
Facts.
Well, what my brother asked me was, "What you going back to school for? You about to retire soon."
Just because you want to,
That doesn't mean I don't want my master's. Just because I'm about to retire, that doesn't mean I don't want my master's. And I
and
might
just
retire from this one and maybe want to do something different, And well, I'm not going to do nothing else. I'm retired. And I was like, okay, well, okay, that's you. But
but
my
he gonna
ADHD is not going to let me just sit around.
he gonna
Right? We
he
need
gonna
something to
do
focus
something
on.
else. No, he gonna do something else because you can't just sit around and do nothing.
Well, my ADHD is not going to allow me to do that, but maybe he can. I don't know. But hey, whatever. My ADHD don't even allow me to damn single task on anything. I have to be multitasking or my ass gets all fucked up and discombobulated. I have to multitask, which is
I
kind of
understand.
stupid. Why do you think I got so many damn screens? I got four screens.
I
Four
understand.
screens and three systems in the same room.
I mean, that's why I said
Actually, wait,
I
when I
get it.
count
I love to learn.
the other systems, I got six screens because I got four that belong to one system, and then another screen, and then another screen, and another system. Like, come on now.
I'm trying to see how many
But
tabs I have
but
open.
how many things are you actually accomplishing?
A lot, because the thing is that with me, listen, do you know that I rewrote scripts on 12 different pages today? I also finished my the rest of my onboarding inside of school, and then on the other screen I was checking email, personal email and stuff, and paying bills.
I have 45 screens open approximately between three different tabs,
Right.
or 45 tabs open between three different screens. Um, Today I went outside in my garden and I replanted some of my mullein because I needed to build the ground up higher where I wanted to plant it because it was drowning it when it got wet. I reorganized my hard drive. Um, I took a nap until like 1 o'clock because I woke up at 5:30 and I didn't get to sleep until 2:30 because I just couldn't sleep. But yeah, so I stayed in the bed and napped till about 1, got up, got in my garden, got that done, reorganized my hard drive, started brainstorming volume 2 of the Manifesting Bible, started brainstorming another workbook I want to do. Um, and I feel like I did something else. I can't see this is why I have to write lists because I'll end up doing a
See,
lot of things and
people,
can't remember all the
so
stuff I do. But
people
yeah,
without
we get it done.
ADHD do not understand people with ADHD.
Yeah.
The people with ADHD, we understand that we have got to constantly be moving, and we got to be moving on multiple things because our brain is constantly functioning. Do you
Yeah.
know I don't really sleep because my brain won't sleep.
Hmm?
No,
The
my
only time my
brain
brain sleeps
my
is
my
with
brain constantly
medicine.
functions, but you know what? Fuck that shit. And I guess I'm just an anomaly because fuck that shit. I am not going batshit crazy.
Ain't nobody
I'm
going crazy.
Not
okay.
crazy.
So
I would go crazy if
what
I
are
didn't do anything.
12 scripts you wrote? What did you do with them?
I used
12
them.
scripts. Oh,
Use
the
them
Yeah,
for
I
tab.
what?
use them.
Use them for what?
I'm a programmer. That's what I did. I wrote 12 scripts to
I
program.
understand. Oh, okay.
I had to get them to I wrote them in SQL, and I had to get them to run some different things inside of the server so I can upgrade it and put it into another environment.
Okay.
See, what would drive me crazy if I only have one project to work on,
Right.
because I get bored, and that boredom causes me to be anxious. It makes me feel
But
Right.
like
most people are so multitasking they don't finish one task.
now that is
Mm-mm.
true. Research actually shows that
Right.
most people are not
I,
very
I
productive when
know.
they multitask. Very true, right? But again, you have to understand how your brain works. This is why
Right.
I advocate for getting tested if you're curious. I didn't get tested because I
Right.
just needed the label. I already knew I was based on the standards of what
I
people
got
call it.
tested because I needed to know if I could get something to fix at least some of that shit, so I would not be so on edge and anxious all the
Yeah.
time.
I just wanted to understand how my brain was processing information so I could better understand how, like for me, how to structure my days, how to I took it and I rebuilt my business around it, because I felt like I had built my business for a normal person
Right.
or a neurotypical person, right? I did all the things that they say you're supposed to do, and I was miserable. I hated what I did, even though I loved the work. So I took the information of understanding how my brain was processing once I got tested to figure out how to revamp my business in order for it to work around me and me to love what I do again and to thrive, right? So now I get to go outside in my garden and I get to plant herbs and I get to,
Mhm.
I'm still in the same, because somebody asked me, well, did you move your office? Nope. My can you see it? My little my mandala is still over there. I just
Right.
moved my whole office around last week because I was
Oh,
like,
your feng shui.
yeah, I moved my whole office around last week because I was like, I'm kind of tired of looking at that wall over there. I want to look at this wall over here and hang the TV up. so,
So personal question.
mm,
How does that work when you're having sex? Is your mind in a million different places then?
sometimes,
Yes.
Wow.
but yeah,
What?
and it doesn't mean
Don't
that you're not
ask.
enjoying it. It doesn't mean that it's
Right.
not good. It just, like, if I try to focus on that one person in the moment, like, I don't care how much I like you, love you, how good it is. If I try to
Right.
slow my brain down and focus on you, it would overwhelm me.
Right.
So I have to just let my brain run wild and do whatever it's doing. And I'm still enjoying it. I'm still in the moment. I'm still paying
I'm still
attention.
enjoying it, even though my brain might be counting towels.
Hmm.
It might be
That's
thinking
Like,
that's
about
oh shit, I gotta
laundry.
get
It
this
might
person
be.
to my grocery list.
It might
Gotta
be
get some
right.
that,
dog
It might be
food.
adding to the grocery list. Even though
Yeah.
it's doing all those things in the background,
Hmm.
it's because if, like she said, if I focus on one thing,
It's
I'm
overwhelming.
gonna. It's
uh,
overwhelming, and I
I'm
won't
just
enjoy
saying.
nothing.
I guess it's because I'm a bad. Because if I'm thinking like that, I ain't busted. I got too much shit on my mind.
But still, like, going back to when I
If
was
you
saying
were
I was going
neuro,
through
though,
this
you would
fast.
be able to understand. If you were
Yeah.
neurodivergent, you would understand. You would understand because your brain would function differently, and you would have to be focused on other things in order to enjoy it.
But see,
I
that's
mean,
why I use the
like I
example.
said, my brain is always fire, always firing. Just like when Jay asked me what's so funny, I'm like other things because my brain is always. I'm like I'm here. My brain is
Hmm.
always firing. I have to sleep with the TV on to
Me
distract
too.
me so I can sleep. Because if I don't have the
Now I
TV
can't
on,
do that.
my brain is going. It's going.
I can't do that because it'll keep waking me up, and I'll keep trying to process all the
I have
information
to
I'm
have
hearing.
background. No, I have to have background noise to make me be able to go to sleep
I
because
get it.
I'm processing if I don't have a noise going on.
I keep
So
the
that's
fan off
where
though.
we are different in the neurodivergent. You have to have
Yeah.
silence, and I cannot have silence. If I have silence, my
Well, no,
brain
I don't
is
have
running so
silence. I
much.
keep the fan on so that,
Shit, my fan go twenty four
My
seven. I live
fan
in
goes
Texas.
24/7 too, but
yeah,
that don't
so
that
I
don't
can
do
hear
nothing.
that, and it's enough to distract me.
My
But
fan,
but
my air filter, all that should be running. Nah, I need the TV.
yeah, the
I
fan
need
and
the
the air filter.
TV, but I
But
have to
but
put it on a different channel because I sometimes now I don't know about Sean, but I found myself dreaming about what I'm hearing and be inside of it, it becomes part of my thought process and part of my dream, if that makes sense.
No, now that
Oh,
that
here she
does
go.
happen. That does happen.
So, so the
For
reason,
those of you who don't understand what that is, you need to go back and watch some of the old episodes and you'll figure it out.
I can't help it. It was right there. I can't help it. But the reason I would say, I also want to cut in and interject and simply say to anybody else that's listening, whether you consider yourself neurotypical or neurodiverse or neurospicy or whatever, like even if you fit into a category of something, just to help yourself understand how your thoughts process, how your cognition works, whatever, doesn't mean that it's going to look exactly like anybody else's, right?
Right.
Because I'm considered combined ADHD, which means I can force myself to sit still and hyper focus on something, or I can just let my mind run wild. That's why I was able to do my classes so quickly, because I don't know if y'all caught that. I was doing like 16 to 18 papers a month because
Mm-hmm.
I had like 4 or 5 per module, and usually it was like 4 or 5 modules um in a course. But the reason I could do that is because I would just pick a day when I
Right.
knew that I didn't have to do anything else, and I would just hyper focus. Whether I'm up here in my office or I was in the bed working or on the sofa or at the dining room table, didn't matter. I would pick a
Mm-hmm.
spot and sit there, and I would just zone in and do my
I have a
research.
day for each class.
Yeah. And so
I have
that's
a
how
day
I
for
was
each
able to
class.
do
That's
that.
how.
So you have to know, like, but I know that I
Mhm.
can't do that on days where I have a doctor's appointment or I have my nail appointment, or like, so as an example, I have my standing nail appointment for my nails and toes, right? I don't schedule anything else on those days because I want to let myself relax. So I know I'll just want to go in at 7. Well, next time I got to go at 5. 5 or 7 is usually when I go in the morning.
Mhm.
I want to leave there and get some breakfast or some lunch. I want to run my errands and kind of be in slow motion. Then I want to come home and take a nap and do nothing else for the rest of the day. So I know that's a day I schedule nothing. On other days, I time block depending on what I have to get done, right? But
Mhm.
again, don't force yourself to think it has to be a certain way because you hear one of us saying something, because yours may
Mhm.
look completely different. What are you looking at now, Sean?
I'm just like, yo, you be at the salon, the nail salon at 5 in the goddamn morning. God damn.
Yeah, so usually my
Listen,
appointment is at 7 a.m. because I like to get in and get out before they get busy.
Now
Oh,
7 is more understandable, but
see,
5, shit.
so I go in at 5,
it
like just
depends on
know
their
what she has
schedule.
to do. Right. Like she'll let me know, like, hey, can you come in at 5? Because I need to do such and such. I'm like, okay, bet. It don't matter to me. But I go in at 7 because I want to skip all the, even though I love it, it's like sisterhood. I'm okay
Right.
with it being 3 or 4 of us in there. When it's the TV and like 10
Right.
people in there, because it's a smaller space, right? And everybody's talking, and and
I
that
can't
starts to
focus when it's that much going
yeah, I
on.
start to get anxious because I'm trying to sit still and I'm trying to behave, and
No, I
it's too much.
understand that. I'm not talking about nothing. I'm talking about the time, like 5 o'clock the
Do you
goddamn
know
morning.
You do what you gotta
I
do
was
is what
so
matters to you. But I'm an
do
early
you
bird
know
anyway. Good.
right. Do you know I was so glad when my stylist switched to having an individual booth in a private space, because I don't function well in a typical salon that always got a lot of shit going on.
Oh no, I
See,
feel
and
you
I
I
on
just
like
that.
her
don't.
spot because it's small and intimate, but it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Like it's always chill. We
Mhm.
had the best conversations. But I used to go in the afternoon, like 2, 3 o'clock, and I just realized, like, by the time I was halfway through, I would be sitting there like,
Yeah, I
my
don't
nerves
like to
were just
have to
going
watch the
in.
door and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And like my anxiety gets the best of me, and that's
yeah.
what I wind up doing. Um, to be honest with you, I'm still struggling a lot with my anxiety. Um, I don't do well in crowds. I really don't. I don't do well in crowds. And I don't know if it's just a matter of like now this is another case where your past does control you in things like that. So I don't know if it's a matter of like looking at the space that the crowds are in and then examining things like exit spaces and things like that, that so your past can control you in certain ways, and it can heighten your sense of vulnerability and things like that. So while we are talking about not letting your past control you, sometimes there are things that you cannot help that your past is going to control. Like your past is going to control most of us who develop anxiety. It's because of some past situations and circumstances.
That can go either way because some people don't develop anxiety till later on in life, and just because they just get overwhelmed with how fast paced everything is now. So
I
it
don't know.
can
What do
go
you?
either way.
I don't
I
think
was saying
that.
what I thought.
No, I'm talking about. Well, I'm talking to somebody who also has anxiety, which is Jay. Because I have
I,
anxiety. You don't have anxiety. So yeah,
just
I
because
can
I don't
speak
get
for
on
you.
here and say I don't. Just because I don't get on here and say I have anxiety doesn't mean I don't have it.
Oh Lord,
um,
here he
so
go.
so I agree
But
with
I,
both of you. I'm kind of right there in the middle. I think that here's how I look at life, right? And mental health and well-being. I think that humanity has tried so hard to find a concise label for everything to make it make sense. People don't fear as much if they feel like they have an understanding, right? So we got a label for every motherfucking thing, okay? That being said, I think that sometimes it's just simply a different personality or simply a different way that a person is choosing to experience life. And their combined experiences and personality and cognition and all those things produce a certain outcome for them and how they look or how they behave. So I don't think everybody is necessarily anxious because of what they've been through. I do agree with what some of Sean was saying. You got to think, Gypsy, in our lifetime, we still have people alive that the internet didn't exist for them, when they were going through
Mhm.
school, when they first started working, and various other things, right? And so that being said, when you look around, it's kind of like just say a person went to jail for 20 years and they get out. When they went to jail, cell phones weren't a thing, computers really weren't a thing. And when they get out, life has changed all over the place. Well, you could take another person who never went to jail and they've been right here front row and center for all of those changes, but how they experience it is just, it doesn't, they haven't necessarily been through anything bad. It's just how they experience it. On the flip side, ADHD causes me to feel anxious because if I don't have something to allow my mind to ruminate on or to solve a puzzle, then I don't have anywhere for that energy to go, and it sits in my physical body and starts to make me feel anxious, right? Now, as long as I walk every day, I'm good. And I joke about it, but my friends really said that they were gonna give me a t-shirt. My besties here was like, we're gonna get you a t-shirt because this is real. Because everybody, oh, how you doing? How you doing? I said, hey, I went for a walk today. I ain't punched nobody in the throat. I'm good. Like my walking helps me dispel that physical energy and direct it to go somewhere, right? Um, when I don't have enough busy work to keep my mind focused. Um, when it comes to mental health and the psychological field, again, and I've said it
Mhm.
again, and I'll keep saying it. They were coked up and cracked out. I don't necessarily agree with all the labels, but here we are, right?
No, you
So,
didn't say coked up and cracked out.
I mean, and this is why I tell people if you want to get tested for ADHD, learning disabilities, whatever it is, don't let it be a sentence. Don't let it be a judgment. Let it be information to help you figure out
Right.
how to live your best life. Like that's why I got tested because I I was noticing differences in how I was able to process information and handle my days. And when that brain fog was just getting to be too much, I knew something had to change, because I was trying to force myself to do things in a way that no longer worked for how my brain needed to handle information, right? So once I had a better understanding of some of it, I was like, oh, okay, I could tweak this, I could do this different, I can handle this, I could do that, so I could do that. Like, I was talking to the chiropractor, and he was like, you know, the way that you're traveling right now, like, your body is paying for it. And I was like, I know, and I'm gonna have to make another change. But right now, this is the best that I can do so that I don't spaz out. Because we were talking about the fact that I often will do connecting flights depending on where I'm going, instead of just getting a straight through flight all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, but it might be less stressful on your body to just do a straight through flight. I said, yes, but it would be more stressful on my mind.
Right.
Because being forced to sit still, like, I always get a window seat, right? Because I need to be able to look somewhere. I don't want you having.
And I don't drink before. I don't drink anything, not water, not
Right.
nothing, no liquids before the flight, because I do not want to have to get
Leave
up.
me alone. I don't ask me to get up to go to the bed. So let me sit in the window, and you can do whatever the hell you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm like, I was spazzing out. I went somewhere when I went to Alaska a couple of years ago. I was up and down the whole fucking flight, because just being in that confined space, and I'm not claustrophobic. I'm not afraid of confined spaces. It's just having to sit still and be stuck for so long. It just overwhelms me mentally. So, you know, again, this still ties into tonight's topic, because in the past I was always like, I need a straight through flight. I can't do, because I want to have to be moving bags and running through the airport. But now I realized in the past couple of years, running from one side of the airport, I mean, I ain't running in fast motion, but y'all get the point.
All right,
from one
OJ.
side of the airport to the other. Shut up. It allows me to dispel some of that energy. You get what I'm saying? Before I have to sit still again. Hey, Sean, what's up with your man? What's up? You know, it allows me to dispel some of that energy, grab something to eat, then go get my next flight, get there. And, you know, another thing I do, I like to fly early in the morning. I like to be in the airport, be calm and peaceful. I will take a 5 o'clock flight every time
before
I need
the chaos.
Yeah. And then it also gives me the day when I'm traveling to get there, get my rental car, get to my hotel, sightsee, get checked in, kind of calm down a little bit before I go into whatever my week is. So my whole point is, you have to learn where you are, and you can't always base it on where you were, because where you were may no longer work now. Same thing with dating. If you want a different result, sometimes you got to do something different to date a different type of person or create a different type of experience. Same thing with work. You want a different type of experience. Sometimes you got to change your career field. You said, yes, please, I'll pay that extra for the hotel. Man, what?
Right.
Because who finna sit there and argue with you talking about I can't check in? Just gonna give it to me.
Right. Like, come on now. Stop playing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So you
need to sell another night, and I need to go on and get upstairs.
You need to go on and figure it out, because I'm gonna be there at such and such time. Like, I've literally.
Why you say that, Sean? You sound like you are jaded. Oh.
Like, I've literally flown in somewhere at 9 o'clock in the morning and be like, I'm ready to check in. I don't care what you talking about. Where my room at?
Right.
I mean, don't act like you never felt that way before.
Fuck dating all the time. I'm like, fuck people every day. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
So, okay, wait. Sean said, because I need to watch the that part. Man, listen. So I did a post the other day, because I'm about to revamp some of the kind of content I've been creating, right? Just let more of my personality come through, and, you know, again, just experimenting.
Oh shit, OnlyFans, y'all heard it here first.
Nah, nigga, nah.
Oh, he is so messy.
The only person I would be doing OnlyFans for is my man. But anywho, I said I had 3 favorite sayings, right? I have 3 favorite sayings. If you've known me for any amount of time, you've heard me say them. And y'all have actually heard me say all three in tonight's episode. Fuck them people. Got a whole journal called Fuck Them People. Shut the hell up and kiss my ass. And I said, I'm trying to figure out how I want to incorporate one of them into the videos and just, deeper conversations. And, I said, which one would y'all pick? And how about most people voted for all three of them? Like, shit, right? They was like, you know how to work all three of them. And they're like, stop playing. I got to stop being smart. I gotta let it fly.
It depends on what you try to do. Now, if you trying to quote unquote be an influencer, I hate that word, but that's what they call it nowadays, then do all three. Yeah. You can have a whole series where one day you cover fuck them people, one day you cover kiss my ass, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, so for me, it's not really, I'm not focused on being an influencer. I want to share more of the parts of me that I'm willing to share. Let me be very clear about that, because I'm just never going to be the person that's going to tell all my business and reveal all of me. I like having a part of me that everybody doesn't have access to. But, for my business and for the brand and some of the stuff that we're building, I do want to be able to share more to help people understand, what it is that we do. And for so long, I was segmented because I was trying to exist in the corporate space and exist in this space and exist in the other parts of my business and all this stuff. Girl, what the hell is going on?
Girl.
Okay, we're going to put her on mute for a minute. So with that being said, I've gotten to a point where I had to put that part of me in the past to rest and allow myself just to be this version now that exists in all of those spaces unapologetically. So that's really the point of it, just to share more of my unapologetic. You better tell them, Sean, access ain't for everybody. Listen, I can talk you all day in a circle and you'll never know anything about me if I don't want you to. And that's not always a great thing, but it is a purposeful thing. It does serve an intention.
But that's for somebody that either they don't give a fuck or they don't pay attention. And most people don't pay attention. A lot of people don't give a fuck, but most people don't pay attention. Because I can talk circles around people all day, and they think we had a full blown conversation, and they really ain't shit.
But if you're my people, if you're in my circle,
you know better,
right? Then it's different because I'm giving you access intentionally, so I share more, and my guards and my boundaries are different.
That's a problem, Sean. They not.
But they will act like they're actually listening. What?
No, but that's the thing. It's not that they're acting like they're actually listening. The problem is that they don't want to seem stupid, so they don't want to ask questions about something they're not really sure about or don't understand, if that makes sense.
Well, I had a conversation with one of my boys today, and he said a lot of shit, but he didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, like, yo, you didn't say anything.
Right.
What you mean? I said this. I said, yeah, you said words, but you didn't say anything. It's not like what you're saying. Like, you make a run that past most people, and they will accept that, like, oh my God, bars. But
bars, okay.
No, you didn't say anything. Like, you just said some dumb shit.
Sean said because they don't want to seem nosy.
No, it ain't that they don't want to seem nosy. They don't want to seem stupid.
Nah, but you got to understand, a lot of people run a lot of bullshit, and most people accept it like that's what it's supposed to be.
See, that's where I'm going with it. So that's why I thought you were going to go with it, Sean. A lot of people want so badly to be deep, and they say all this fuck shit and use all these big words, and
that they don't even know the meaning of.
Right. And honestly, when we think about the fact that most people can't read past a comprehension of a 3rd or 4th grade level, what purpose does it serve of me to break out a thesaurus or a dictionary or an encyclopedia and be trying to espouse all these big ass facts and big ass words if they're going to go over your head anyway, not because you're stupid or because you don't care, but because that's just not where your comprehension is, right? So that's why when people start talking like that, I zone out anyway. You
Woo,
said
look at what he said.
it's the front that everyone has made the new fad. Yes.
Right.
Wait,
Yeah.
what kind of dinosaur is that?
What?
A thesaurus. What kind of dinosaur is that?
You know, but for real, y'all done had those conversations and
Yeah.
they're throwing out all these big ass words and you like spell it. Nah. Then
Right.
change
I
it.
don't even care about the spelling. As long as you use it in the right context, at least you have some knowledge of what you're
Nuts of
talking
where you
about.
coming from. No, but that's my point. You can
But
tell when they don't, and that's when I'll challenge them and be like,
exactly.
spell it. You don't even know what the hell you saying right now. You just want to seem like a lot. That's why when you said, well, do you want to become a content creator? Not really. This is part of the passion that I have to want to actually help people. So this is part of how I have to show up, right? But it irritates my soul. And I'm trying to find my balance with it because I pop on, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, different places. And I try to keep up with, different conversations, what's happening. And it just, I can't take more than a few minutes because I'm like, get to the fucking point. What the hell are you talking about right now? They'll start off, run you in fucking circles for 15 minutes. Okay, I can't wait that long. I can't. And can I throw this out here? So somebody asked me, and I forgot to address it last week because we weren't here. I forgot to address it the week before. So y'all notice I be having different snacks, right? There's a reason for this. You can't just and that's why I say fuck the people. And you know this, man. We don't fit the narrative. Yes. So this is another thing sometimes for people with brain injuries, head trauma, different types of neurodiversity, etc. First of all, these taste like ass. I'm not telling you to go buy them. I tried them and I don't like them. But and before you get smart, Sean, no, I don't know what ass tastes like.
Wait, what is it? What
I
are
see. I didn't even say that. That's what you thinking about. I wasn't thinking
what
nothing
is
about
that?
that.
Sour cream and onion?
I was going to say Pringles do taste better, but even
I like
still,
Pringles.
I still don't even fuck with Pringles like that because I mean they taste better than those. Trust me, I tried those. Like, oh, let me try it, but nah.
Yeah. I got those because they were out of the sour cream and onion. No, they were out of the ranch Pringles when I ran to the store. So I was like, well, I'm going to try them. I don't like them. But anyway, the reason y'all oftentimes will see me snacking on stuff like grapes or gummy bears or chips or something is because it gives my brain something to focus on, because a lot of times my brain is moving faster than my mouth can keep up to actually communicate my point. So that's when you'll see me get tongue tied or like say the wrong word or like trip over myself. So a lot of times that's why I snack on something, because it forces my brain to do the multitasking and slow itself down so I can stay on top of my points. I had to see which one of us you was talking to. No, because I saw the look on his face. Yeah, Sean, he be over here trying to act all gangster and be shooting them looks. Uh-huh. But anyway, point
I mean, I
being.
ain't trying to act. I'm just being me. But okay, I'll try to work on that.
No, I missed it though, because you ain't been stroking the beard. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where's Sean at? Hey, stop changing up the script, yo. You bring the beard back. Bring the beard stroke back.
I mean, it's right here.
But you ain't been stroking it like you normally. See,
I
normally
be
you stroke the
stroking.
beard and you look. Now you be like,
I be stroking. Oh,
I mean,
that was a
that's what
blues
I be
song, right? I
doing.
can't remember who
I
it
be
was.
I stroke
stroking
it
to
to
the
the
beat.
left,
I be stroking
stroke it
to
to
the
the
To the
right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
No.
love to
That's
bet.
that we showing our age.
But yeah, so anyway, that's another random tip. But the funny thing is, y'all see, I try not to, the reason I brought that up, because that's another thing that irritates me. This random tantrum moment irritates my fucking soul when people try to do videos or live talks and they smacking on shit with their mouth wide open. Like, I don't want to see your tonsils and your uvula and everything that you just put in your mouth. I'm good on that. No.
Well, everybody does not have couthness, so
Clarence Carter, you got it, baby. Oh, okay. So my song before I forget, because I'm getting sleepy, so we about to go stroking. My song that I was gonna say for today.
That's my song for the week.
My bet.
I be stroking.
And my God, I swear. Oh God. Spell it right. You spelled it wrong. Fixed it. It's called home training. Yes. And some people do not have any, they do not have any decorum. Okay. They don't have any decorum. There we go.
They not demure.
They're not demure. Okay. Because why? Why, pray tell? I haven't heard that saying in a long time. Why, pray tell, are you? What? Like who raised you, a pack of fucking wolves? No. So yeah. Anyway, tangent over. That's ADHD brain in live living color. Like those are the random thoughts I be having. Gypsy, what the fuck are you doing?
She over there wilding. She probably listening to the song.
Probably so. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh God. I'm sleepy now. It's time to go. I done ran out of stuff to talk about. Like
So y'all gave songs. What's y'all position?
Oh shit. Okay.
Stroking, doggy style.
Let me look one up.
Stroking.
Hold on. What's your position, Sean? You give one, then I'll give one. That'll give me time to look one up.
I mean, I don't know the name of it, but it's kind of when the woman, she kind of lay with her head hanging off the edge of the bed, and then that way you.
Why you always trying to get that bitch a goddamn aneurysm? Every time. This is the third time your position has.
What was the first? What was the first two?
I'm like, why do you remember the other one?
What was the first two?
What?
Oh my God!
Shut up!
What was the first two?
My business. The one where, so remember, she was like kind of like laying with her body kind of like with her head off the bed, but she was like the reverse cowgirl kind of thing. That was that one. Her head was off the bed.
She ain't no.
There was another one.
Her head don't have to be off the bed for that. No, that's what you pictured in your head, but her head don't have to be off the bed for that.
Well, that's the way you.
I'm really trying to picture what you're talking about. What now?
When it's reverse cowgirl, but instead of her sitting up, she kind of laying down.
Yeah, no, that
you did describe that
with the head hanging off the bed, though.
No, this one I'm talking about was she laying. She's performing fellatio, but her head is off the bed. Give you more of a more of an angle to really get up in that throat.
Her an aneurysm.
I don't know why she got to have an aneurysm, but okay.
All her blood rushing to her head, Sean. Why do you
have to have blood? Her body's on the bed. It's just that her head is hanging off.
Okay, so wait,
you know what I'm saying?
Sean, can I say something? Let me ask you a question.
What's that?
Is she 50 plus or is she 20?
If I mean, hey,
plus, her head could be hanging off the bed. She got high blood pressure.
That depends on who, what the guy likes. Guys might like older women, they might like younger women. It just depends on what they like.
I'm just saying, if she 50 plus, you might give her ass high blood pressure, or she probably got high blood pressure. That shit's you go wind up at the hospital trying to explain that shit.
But if her body is on the bed, the blood ain't gonna be rushing to her head.
They gonna be rushing to her head if her head is off the bed like that. Listen, I got high blood pressure. Okay. I got to tell you. Listen, you don't want to do that. You gonna wind up having to explain that shit.
I was coughing so hard I done got hot. I'm ready to go. Sean said shit, sit on his face. That's what I was talking about.
All right then.
Nah, y'all can't claim that. Huh?
Why?
What are you talking about?
Cause y'all up here talking about y'all don't be giving fellatio, so y'all can't claim that.
Nigga, bye.
I didn't say that.
It's a
What
it's
I
a
said,
two-way
no.
street.
What I said is everybody don't get what that mouth do.
Whatever.
Everybody don't deserve it. Everybody don't deserve it. I'm
You
just
know,
saying.
you do know it's recorded, so but hey,
I don't
all
give
I'm
a
saying,
shit.
all I'm
I
saying
don't
is a
give a
two-way,
shit.
it's a
You
two-way street.
that means that you misinterpreted what I said before. Cause
Now,
listen,
now, if you find you a eater and that's all he want to do is eat, more power to you.
the only reason he want to eat is because he probably is short stroker.
That
Hey,
ain't true.
I don't know nothing about that.
Eater likes the short stroke. Eater is
I
a
don't,
short stroker, or he probably
don't
just
know.
don't have no. No, now
That
listen,
ain't
cause
true at all,
a
folks. Not
short
I don't
all of
know
stroker
them.
nothing.
or a quick trigger.
That ain't true at all.
Short
Well,
stroker or a quick trigger. I said what I
I
motherfucking
said
said.
what I motherfucking got on the
yeah, now that just sounds like you
yeah.
came across the wrong motherfuckers. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Now for some of them,
Okay,
yes. They know they got to
let
redeem
me file my
themselves.
disclaimer right now. Then listen, those who like to eat and partake in the eating most of the time is because they either short stroking or quick triggering.
That may be true some of the times, but not all right. Sean said lies. That's why I'm like, no, baby.
Hmm.
See, the real Sean's know the truth.
No,
I,
because yeah,
I
that ain't
said
the
what
truth.
I said.
Every once in a while, they might have to redeem themselves with that, but not all of them, baby. Some of them got the long john and the what you call it, the Thanos dick and all. Hey,
I remember when I
um,
was 23.
Sean
There was a
said you need to find
motherfucker
you
with
a
a Thanos
stroker.
dick that could not use it, and he was a quick trigger.
Well,
What a
you need to
waste
find
of
somebody new.
motherfucking real estate.
What's really amazing is when they have Thanos dick and they know how to use it and their tongue. What that tongue do though? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I
Anywho,
mean, yeah, but those are rarities. Those are fucking unicorns.
that is not the truth.
Hey, unicorn.
We got the magic. All I'm saying is, Gypsy, you need to find you another pool to
As
swim
he
in.
sat
That's
there
the case.
smirking, I'm like, oh, he must be a unicorn. Hey, unicorn.
Well, listen, all I'm saying,
This
Gypsy,
guy.
if that's been your experience, baby, you need to find you another pool to swim in. Cause no.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I'm trying because I'm telling you, this motherfucker that I'm swimming in is a fucking toxic waste dump.
Mm.
Get out.
Get out
Get out. You need to
quick.
find you another pool to swim in. Cause where you girl,
Mm-hmm.
I throw them back and get somebody new. Cause no,
Cause
that's not
listen,
true at all.
they are not stroking.
They You know what I was finna say? I was finna give y'all medicine back because y'all always telling me, Jay, you don't really like them like that then. Gypsy, they just might not like you like that then because shit. Bitch, I'm saying if they got dick, no, this is yeah, Sean said
Some of
run.
them don't have no dick.
And he said, I don't know where she find her people that you need to go else. That's what I'm saying. If
And
they
that's what
got
I'm
dick and
saying.
they're
But
not trying to
listen,
figure out how to use it,
okay,
they're
so
not really into it. Find you
okay,
somebody that
wait. Okay, so this is my I have to go on and say it. Most of my people have been military or ex-military. I just don't vibe with people that are not ex-military. Well, I have
and they still
one
it's some
case.
plenty ones out there that got good dick too. What is you talking about right now?
Mm.
So I mean, y'all tried to say I like crazy because I said most of my people, my longest relationship was military, ex-military. Somebody else I dated was yeah. So military.
I was military.
Well, I was not, but
That's
I've still been
why
fortunate enough.
that's why I vibe with them. They on the
When
blue
they on the
pill.
blue
You know
pill,
what? Fuck you, Sean.
All I'm saying, babe, is
both of y'all Sean's, because he probably agreeing with your ass. Both of y'all Sean's, fuck you.
Damn, Sean catching straight bullets.
I know, I ain't say shit.
I mean, for real. All I'm saying, because y'all always tell me when I say I'm not going to do something, y'all be like, well, you don't really like that person like that. I don't think that's always true, but maybe sometimes it is. But I'm flipping it in this case, and I'm saying, if you keep running up on them and they not willing to use the dick to please you and give you what you want, they not into it. Because if they really like you,
Jesus,
they're going to figure out how to please you. Like, we too fucking grown to be sitting here fucking and not enjoying it. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So you need to get in a different pond and swim, because it's some of them out there that got it and they know how to use it and make that shit pop. Whether they on the pill or not, I don't shame nobody. Folks got shit going on. But if they're really into you, they're going to figure out what it takes to please you, whatever package they're working with.
Well, I ain't never had to use a pill yet, but I would hate to see the
if they like you, they become teachable. This is all I'm. So now you got another man telling you.
Okay,
like,
you right. You right, but you know what? Maybe because they can never measure up to.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, but Sean, this is what I'm saying.
I mean, because I was in the middle of talking. Y'all just shut me down. Like, Sean, yeah, whatever that nigga talk about. Anyway.
Wait a minute, Sean. Maybe because they can never measure up to the past.
I mean, I understand that.
Nobody give a shit about the past right now.
All I was saying is I ain't had to use a pill yet, but I would hate to see the day that I did, because God damn it. So when I hear what them pills do, shit. I'll put you in the hospital if I take a pill.
She better be ready when that time comes.
Ooh, that's what I said. I ain't had to take one yet, but from what I hear, because I got boys that take them pills and they be like, yo, I was going for like 4 hours. I was like, I understand.
What's going on?
I mean, that's like back when you was 18, 20 shit, right. But you know, nowadays, good 45 minutes, an hour.
I ain't gonna say ain't nobody. I don't want to be having sex for 4 hours. That's just too much shit going on at that point. Go get somebody else to do it. Anyway, Gypsy, yeah, Sean is saying.
Start living in ancient history, and that brings it right.
Your ass. Let me see.
That brings it right to the topic of stop living in the past.
I'm finna ban your ass right now.
He said I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So, Sean, when you coming on screen with us? Because we need you and the other Sean to tag team. When you coming on screen with us?
Yes. Sean, would you like to come on screen with us? Answer us in the chat, boo.
Sean on screen says we don't be giving him enough love and we be talking over him. So clearly,
yeah, we need to balance this out a little bit. We can have 2 Seans. Yeah. Oh my God! If we had 2 Seans, oh my God!
Y'all gave perfect examples tonight.
Nigga, I was trying to let you talk. I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop smelling your finger. That's not ladylike.
I'm hungry now. It's 2 hours after the damn podcast started. I'm hungry. So I love
y'all.
I mean, we love you too, but can you count? It ain't been 2 hours.
I'm finna Audi 5,000 y'all ass though, because it's been 2 hours since I've been drinking.
Her sugar low.
That nigga said my sugar low. Fuck you, nigga. My sugar low? Really though?
Number 1, I need to share the position that I looked up. Number 2, they requested for you to give a poem. Goddamn it, you need to give a poem.
Oh shit, you right. I forgot. My bad.
She was pre-gaming. You think she the right state of mind?
I got one. No, I got one.
Okay, so here's my position while she pulls her point up. And Sean, I'm gonna message you so we can see if you want to join us next Monday or what Monday works for you. Okay, so the position is called the bicycle. Yeah, we've been on here for an hour and 39 minutes, y'all. The
Yep.
position is called a bicycle. So what this looks like is you're gonna scooch her butt to the edge of the bed
Oh shit.
and kind of let it hang off just a little bit. And one leg is gonna go up over your shoulders, and the other leg is gonna just kind of dangle down.
Oh,
So
that's what
she,
that's
Mm.
called.
yeah,
Oh
Didn't know
shit.
that. It's a
and
good position. I didn't know that was named.
That is a
right.
good
So
position.
apparently, it makes it easier for
Mm-hmm.
the partner that has shorter reach to get in there.
Man, you got let dick.
Oh my god!
I mean, it don't matter the size because
But
even if you're not
He trying to
little,
be PC, talking about some little
it's
dick,
still
but she
it's
said
still a
shorter
good
reach.
right, so
it's still a good position because fellas,
so
you can really get up in there. So if you getting
so
up in
that's
there,
where
you do
I'm
that.
going. Like if you got a
She
shorter
said shorter
stature,
dick.
your reach you get a little deeper in there. But if you got a bigger one, ladies, you just gonna have to put the muscles to work because you might have to hold him at bay because the longer he is or the thicker he is, that position can get a little uncomfortable. So be mindful. You may
I
even want to
like it
put a
when it
pillow up.
hurt a little bit.
You may even want to put a pillow up under your bed. Okay. Anywho, Sean said
Okay.
next week definitely works. Okay,
Oh,
perfect. So
that's what's
y'all,
up.
I'll message you so we can tag team and I can catch you up on our topic for next week and you'll be ready. Sean said his knees too bad for that shit. Oh
Right.
God. And your bed too damn
Okay.
high for that. God damn it, get a stool.
Right. You gonna
Where's
have
your
to.
poem at, Miss Gypsy?
Okay, here's my poem. Y'all ready?
No.
Yes, you are. We're sorry. The heart you reached is emotionally unavailable. If you feel you reached this recording in error, please try the heart again. Ever feel like you're dating the same person with different faces? I mean, same situation with different phases? I think I like commitment. Really, I do. It just seems to pick the guys with a lot of issues. Now, I'm not saying I'm issue free, but I've spent a lot of time working on me. And this ain't about me, it's about them. And why they all seem to be the same old him. Him manifested in different ways. I mean, whether he's sporting dreads or even a fade. I keep getting men who are content when we just date, but they always want to seem to keep me around just in case. So let's look at the word date. I mean, because really it means to look for a mate. Webster says it's to court or woo. That's a nice way of saying, let me get a marriage preview. Personally, I think dating is code, which means I'm still shopping. I ain't sold. You know, still a free agent, so he can hasn't signed on the dotted line. So don't hound him about his space or time. So I think I'm going to date like men do. Hold on, I said date, not screw. So don't confuse the two. Because trust me, they are not the same. Folks just use the same name. I will not be a back burner chick. Because really, dude, I'm not that lovesick. So while I'm an option, you want to be my priority. Everything on hold. Come on, are you kidding me? See, I had it all backwards before. Either like my new rules or here's the door. So here's how it's gonna go. This is the new ebb and flow. I'm going to put it to you like you're a pair of shoes so you can relate. Because this is the new way Gypsy's gonna date. I'm gonna try you on and walk around the store. I'm gonna walk on carpet and bare floor. And not gonna buy you just because you fit. Gonna make sure the colors are right and the style's legit. Gonna make sure I lease first with the option to buy, because I'll trade you in if you ain't right. Gonna stop being Miss Just in Case. And then maybe I'll get Mr. Right behind that different face.
Okay. I can only snap with my right hand.
You hear that, Sean?
You talking to me? I heard it.
I'm
Oh,
talking to
good.
your ass.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm talking
Oh,
to your
okay.
ass.
Okay. Yeah, I heard it.
mm.
I just, see me I go deep, so I had a lot of pain and hurt in that. So
Shut
that's what.
up.
See, you act okay.
Ain't no pain
I'm
and hurt. What? Okay,
okay.
wait, wait,
All
wait,
right.
wait.
Did
All
you
No,
right.
hear
no,
what she
hold on, hold on, hold on, Sean. Where did you hear pain and hurt? Tell me. Seriously,
read? Did you hear what you read?
I did.
Okay.
It wasn't pain and hurt. It was me deciding I'm gonna date a different way. You know, dating. Like, so a lot of times, and I'm gonna be honest, a lot of times women, we put all our eggs in one basket. We find this guy and we decide we're gonna date. Men, they will date around, they'll have a roster still until they decide on one.
You do know this is
Women would,
2026, right?
I do understand.
Women nowadays do the same thing.
Not like men do.
Keep thinking that.
You think so?
I know
Oh,
so.
that, hey, hey, Jay, that's a
Mhm.
new topic. Write it down. That's a new
I've
topic.
shared with y'all. That's how I date. Until I have a conversation about being in an exclusive relationship with someone, I just date. That don't mean I'm sleeping with anybody.
Right.
I don't force anything. I don't try to make anything. I just allow myself to get to know a person. And I honestly I feel like that's how women need to date. Excuse me. I feel like that's how women need to date because typically, so I can only I will speak from my experience. I wish that I had dated differently when I was younger. I've really been
Mm-hmm.
in just long-term relationships and dated a little bit here and there, if that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was usually because somebody was pursuing me, and eventually I finally said, okay, yes, I will date you. But I didn't have anything to compare and contrast it to, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and looking back, I wish that I had dated multiple people younger to
Right.
better understand what my needs were, what my desires were in a partner, how my personality related to different people. Right. And Sean said I'm married and still dating. And that too. I think a lot of people get married and they think that dating stops as far as dating your person that you're in the relationship
Mm-hmm.
with.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't call it dating, but I think that there's something to having friendships of the other gender, right? Because as a woman, if all my friends are women and the only man I have in my life is my man, that's a very limited worldview. Same thing for men. If you are only surrounded by men and the only woman or whoever, whatever your preference is, but you only
Mm-hmm.
have one type of person in your life, that's a very limited worldview. So I think we have to, like, I still go on girl dates all the time with my girlfriends. Like, we go out, have fun, do dinner, do lunch, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just to nourish the different parts of yourself. But, but again, I think that women especially need to date multiple people, and some people aren't comfortable with it, and it is what it is. But I think we do better picking a person that we're more suited for, and that's better suited for us when we date multiple people because it allows us to compare and contrast. How do we feel in that person's presence? How do we engage with that personality? How do we engage in these different experiences? You know what I'm saying? How does it affect us? Um, versus if you only date this one person, man or woman, if you only date this one person and that's all you experience, how do you know if that's truly what you need and desire?
Right. Right. Well, I do know that I tend to be a little bit more emotionally unavailable, and I tend to encounter folks that are also emotionally unavailable, probably because of my relationship with my father, who was also emotionally unavailable, but that was due to his profession.
Yeah, and Sean said, based on what I was just saying and what you were saying, where's the balance of perspective exactly?
Right. Right. So I think sometimes that our dating is actually governed by our history and governed by our past. So we still, again, let our past control our future.
Well, um, yeah, I mean, I think I understand what you're saying, but I still challenge us to say, what can you do differently? Because I used to be emotionally unavailable, and some might argue that I still am to some extent. I don't know, because I'm in this body. Like I experience myself differently, right? But I've done a lot of work on myself because that was the chief complaint that I always received.
Hmm.
Like, you're just so disconnected, or you just act like you don't care, or it just seem like you tuned out or whatever. So I put a lot of work into myself to be more emotionally present and to be more tuned in, and to connect in a way that feels safe for me and makes sense for me, but also allows the other person to know that I'm truly engaging with them, right? Sean said, and two people like that don't work, right? They don't. Well,
Right.
I'm gonna say based on what you experienced, good, because my longest relationship was with a person that was really emotionally disconnected, and it worked because that's what we both needed.
Because you both needed something that was not so needy that it was
Yeah,
emotionally draining.
yeah, like that's why we lasted for so long, because that we hit the parts that each other needed, and the other parts that weren't needed. And but when I decided that I wanted something different, I had to work on myself to start to attract a different type of person. Does that make sense?
Right.
So
Hmm.
I'm agreeing with part of what you're saying, but at the same time, we always have the ability to change if we
Right.
want to. Some people don't want to change. That's why they're gonna be 79 years old, still talking about women ain't shit and men ain't shit, and all men cheat and all women hoes and whatever else, because that's the thing that they're gonna keep themselves in, right? Sean
Right.
said, because I don't damn care about the BS.
Right.
Those people that want to do different, because I'm a sapiosexual. I've never not been a sapiosexual. But even though I was a sapiosexual, and that simply means that I'm stimulated mentally, that's what attracts me to people. I still was emotionally unavailable to a certain extent and kept the boundary in place, right?
Mhm.
So when I wanted a different experience, I had to create a different experience by working on myself
Right.
and being a different version of myself in order to experience a different version of other people. So if that's what you want, I absolutely believe. I'm not saying just you. I'm saying period. I believe that that's what you want.
Right.
You absolutely
Absolutely.
can create that experience with someone else. Where we look like you
Absolutely.
want to jump in and say something, Sean.
I'm just like it's hard. I don't carry shit
Huh?
because what I went through with whoever ain't got shit to do with you. You have
You
to
sure
show
you don't
me.
carry it?
You have to show me something for me to be like, you know what, I can't fuck with you. But I don't carry shit. I don't carry shit. Whatever I went through in the past, that was with that specific person, and that's what it is. And that's just what it is. I don't carry shit from the past. And I tell my friends this all the time, like, yo, I'm just different. I'm different. I'm so far across so many different categories. Like you could put me in so many different categories because of my personality, my thought process, the shit, how I process information, how I expound information, how I enter the situation. And it's just that's just what works for me. I don't carry shit with me. I don't. It's not like what I went through with that shorty that cheated on me. I'm not carrying that. I'm not looking like, oh, well, you probably gonna cheat on me, or you might cheat on me, so let me stay guarded. You a totally different person. You gotta show me something to make me be like, okay, you know what? You know what I'm saying? So it's just, and
I
I'm not.
muted you because there's something in your background and I couldn't hear Sean.
Oh, it's a house party.
The other Sean said, I agree and disagree with Sean. And past experience to me makes you pay attention more with the next.
And that's where you fuck up because you sitting there like, oh, this person did. So now I'm be looking for this, and if you looking for something, you're going to find it, even if it's nothing there. You're going to create it. So you know what I'm saying. You take it just like with a job. So if you had a bad experience with one job, you leave that job and go to another job. Are you going to be looking for that bad experience in that new job? Or are you going to take it as this is a new job, a new opportunity? Let me see what this could provide for me. Let me see how this, and then if it comes with something that like, oh, if something happens that you say, oh, hold on, wait, this is like what happened at the last job. Then that's when you have cause for concern and worry. But if you looking for it, any little thing could present itself like that.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I get what you're saying. I think that just the way the human psyche works, most times people are going to hold on to something, whether it be
And that
intentional or unintentional. You know what I'm
and that's
saying?
the problem. Why hold on to shit? Why hold on to negativity? The more negativity you hold on to, the more negativity you're gonna attract.
Very true. And it's not all about negativity, but some people use it to learn, right? Some people use it to avoid things. Like if you got your hand burnt because you hit that damn stove, the average person gonna stay away from the stove for a minute or give it a wide berth next time they walk past it, right? It's the same thing. If you've noticed a certain behavior or had certain experiences, the average person is gonna try to learn from it. I mean,
Okay, so let me put it this way. In my lifetime, I've come across several women that, oh, I don't date Sean's because the last Sean I dated did X, Y, and Z. They
right.
ain't got shit to do with me. We just so happen to have the same name. The
Okay.
fuck?
Now, so I say that about Aquarius because I married one and
See?
he was batshit crazy. And I ain't
See?
never got to date another one. They can die off the fucking planet and I would not be upset. I mean,
See?
that being said, though, that is my perspective, and I don't push that on people. And I'm joking
But
to some extent.
but
I'm
but
joking,
you
but
could
I
be
get what you're
blocking your
saying.
blessings.
I'm
And
good.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could be blocking your blessings. And
I'm joking to some extent. Like if I would be weary, but if I found myself connecting with someone, whatever it was, but I'm a person that studies human behavior for a living. So I think maybe my vantage point is a little different and my intentions are a little different because I'm always trying to learn. But I also try to give people an opportunity, right? Now, some things, if I notice a type of behavior, oh, you can get the hell on because there's nothing you're gonna say to me. I look at your behavior. However, if you just appear familiar, but your behavior is showing me that you're different, I'm whether friend, business, whatever, I'm going to attempt because I ain't saying I'm gonna get it right all the time, but I would attempt to give that person the ability to show me who they are and reveal themselves. But that again, that's human nature, self-preservation, self-protection, right? If you see, so this somebody said it to me. I'm trying to recall it. How did he say it? We were talking about. So I was in this conversation with a guy who's Muslim, and there were two Jehovah's Witnesses that were trying to like share their faith, right? So I'm listening and observing as these three people are having this conversation, and the guy said, "I hear better with my eyes." I was like, "Damn, okay, I get that." because I can hear you and I'm paying attention to what you're saying, but I'm always going to be watching how you behave. That's what's going to determine for me whatever my next move in any situation with any person. Whether I trust you a little bit and give you a little rope to see what you're going to do with it, or whether I yank that rope out your hand and hang you with it, or I just go on about my business. Sean said I give grace sometimes. And to me, sometimes it ain't about the other person, it's about my own behaviors. Now that too. But again, what's your purpose? What's your intention? I think that goes a long way in determining how you engage with people. Because I'm always willing to try to learn, but not everybody is. So that dictates a lot of things too. You know what I'm saying? But I get it.
No,
I think I get it.
it does, and it's like now, of course, if you have things that you got to work on, by all means, definitely work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because if there are things that you know, and that's part of the problem, because most people don't know those things within themselves. They just this is the way I am. This is how I've always been. This is how I'm always going to
They
be.
know.
And they just do what they do. Nah, they
They
really
know.
don't.
They don't want to
Trust me.
fix it.
No, 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 no. They really don't. They really think that the way they act is cool.
Hmm.
They really do. Trust me. I've dealt with enough of them. I don't know if it's narcissists or what, but I've dealt with enough people to know that they really think that the way they act. Perfect example. Karens.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They really think what they're doing is how you're supposed to act.
Well, yeah.
Sean said intentions paved the way to hell.
Well, good. The quote is good intentions
Good intentions. Yeah, you right.
because intentions is just intentions unless you got that follow through. Good intention, but
Well, that's like
Right.
when I was in the salon last week, somebody brought up something about money and they made the comment because all money ain't good money. I said, but who said that and
Right.
why? Because that's not really true. Money is simply neutral because it's an item, it's a energy. The user decides how they're going to use it and what
This is
outcome it
true.
may have, but money always remains neutral. I'm gonna take all the money you want to give me if I want to receive it from you. If I don't want to receive it from you, I'm just gonna go somewhere else and get it because money is neutral. I can get it a different way, right? And so we got to talking about the scriptures and all of that kind of stuff, and I think that like many other things in life, somebody says it one way to prove their point or their need or their intention, and then people take it and run with it, right? So the scripture
Right.
says the root
Money
the
is
love of money is the root of evil, but people say money is the root, and so what's the root? That's based on
right.
interpretation. What's the love? That's based on interpretation, right? So is a person's behavior based on
Mhm.
interpretation. Somebody else might tell you to kiss their ass and you be like, bitch, fuck you. When I say kiss my
Right.
ass because I say it in jest and because we all have a relationship, y'all be like, shit, kiss my ass too, right? Because you
Hmm.
know I don't mean any malice behind it. Well, depending on who I'm talking to. To y'all, I don't mean no malice behind it. But the point being, it's about the intention of the person as well as the perception of the person receiving it. Again, whether it's around money, dating, career, healing, I don't care what you apply it to, it's about the intention of the person that's doing or saying or giving a thing, and the person that is receiving has to have an intention as well. Because I can have all good intentions, but if you choose to see me as a bitch or an evil person, that's gonna excuse me color and taint anything I say to you and everything I do to you or with you or for you, right?
Hmm.
So going back to where we started with this, like you said, Sean, you are different. You have the capacity to compartmentalize in a different way that maybe the average person doesn't. You have the ability to have recognized who you were at maybe a younger age than a lot of people do, and you were able to execute that, whereas most people hold it in and it suffocates them from the inside out, and so they just bleed that shit all over
Hmm.
everybody in adulthood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and even with us doing this podcast, we joke a lot, we cuss each other out, but we really have a healthy level of respect for one another, which is why we're able to have these conversations, because our true intent behind all of it is to share in order for all of us to grow. Every single person who watches it live or the replay or whatever. Sean said some things are just situational, and that too, because the wrong
But she,
person tune in. Like, who was the guy? Alex, guy, gal? I don't know what they were. Alex, was it 2 weeks ago? And we got off
yes,
into the discussion of Homo sapiens and Anglo-Saxons and Caucasus Mountains and all this other stuff, and that really could have went badly.
right. But this is the thing, is that that's funny how you guys got that one interpretation from a poem that at the time that I wrote that poem, I really didn't have that kind of interpretation of it. But I can see now, looking back at it, that yeah, I can see it now.
Subconsciously, the hurt was heavy on your heart, and it came out in those
Yeah,
words.
I guess so. I guess so.
Let me also say this. I feel like whatever you believe is your truth and your reality, right? So
Right.
never let me, Sean, or anybody else tell you what is.
Of
And you know
course
that,
not.
you
Of
know.
course not. But the thing is that, again, healthy discussions
Absolutely.
is what we have on here, and that's why I love being a part of this podcast, is because we do have healthy discussions, and it may be things that people may not feel comfortable with talking about in their circle. I mean, again, we see your emails, we see your little anonymous text, we get your text to us during the show. We understand that sometimes you want to talk to us, but you're uncomfortable with saying what it is that you want to say on this platform, and it's okay. But I do like the fact that we at least have a space that people can talk about it.
Sean, you said, man, yes, the hindsight is 2020. What were you talking about, Sean? What part? And I
When I
absolutely agree
said
with
when I
you.
said when I wrote it, I didn't think about it that way, but then when you guys talked about it, then I really understood how it could be taken that way. And
Mhm.
now, yeah, I probably was very hurt when I wrote that. You're absolutely right. So, anywho, all right, y'all.
I'm
We've been
sleepy.
on here almost 2 hours, and I am hungry. So I'm finna
I'm
go
ready to
eat,
go. I'm sleepy. And
and
for
I'm
all
hungry.
you bitches that be coming for me, like, why Jay always talking about she sleepy? Because I done had several people emailing me and messaging me every week. Why you always talking about? Because I get up at 4:30 and 5:30 in the morning. Listen,
Right.
I'm not a night owl. I am an early bird. I like to be up, get
Me
my
too.
shit done, and be done. these,
That part.
these Mondays are like late for me. Usually by then I'm lounging in the bed. Want somebody stuck on my day, I'm told, leave me the fuck alone. Okay,
Boop.
whatever.
Anywho, we will
Sean,
see you
whatever.
guys next week, though. The same. But we want you to like, share, and subscribe, because if you don't like, share, and subscribe, do you really like your folk?
That's all I'm saying.
Nah, fuck that. Run the numbers up. God damn it.
Okay, you right. Run
You know
the
what?
numbers, run it.
You know what I think I'm gonna have to do? I saw this video and it worked for this lady with her husband. She called him to the door. She was outside and she was like, "Baby, come here." And he came to the door. He was like, she was like, "I need you to do something for me." He was like, she was like, "I need you to do something for me." He was like, "What?" So maybe just maybe I'm gonna have to show y'all my boobs in order for y'all to run these numbers up. I'm lying because I ain't gonna do it.
I told y'all OnlyFans. Y'all heard it here
My
first.
OnlyFans, y'all ass here. Oh, let me stop. Let me stop.
Anywho, with that being said, thank y'all. Good night, Sean. I'll message you so we can get you set up to join us next Monday. Tell the wife we said hello, hello, hello.
Good
And
night,
thank you for sharing
everybody.
us
We
with
love y'all. And
thank her for sharing you with us tonight. Couldn't get that out. And you know what,
absolutely,
Gypsy and Sean, I just gotta tell y'all this on air because they swear we be all beefing. It's number love. Gypsy know I love her. That's my girl right there. And Sean know
absolutely.
I love him too. That's my boo.
Yeah, I don't
Absolutely.
understand why they would think that, but
They be like,
okay.
y'all be straight cussing each other
We
out. I'm
don't
like,
be
all love.
nah.
Like y'all
It's
don't
all
have.
love.
Oh, I ain't gonna say that. That might be
Y'all
too
don't
much.
understand. You can't always agree with people in your circle. If they always agreeing
Exactly.
with you, you're gonna
They
wind
not
up
telling
like
the
Trump.
truth.
Oh, let me
If
stop.
you ain't having a heated
Did I say
argument
that out
with a
loud?
friend, if you ain't having a heated argument with a friend, are they really a friend? Shit.
Look, was that my outside voice? But seriously, you do not want a bunch of yes people around you.
Don't nobody give a fuck about that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Don't
but
care
you
about
don't
the
want a bunch
orange
of yes.
taco.
But you don't want a bunch of yes people around
Oh
you,
no,
because
we
if you have
don't.
a bunch of
Because
yes people around you, then
then
they won't call you on your bullshit.
you have a small what you they got a small Peter, a
It's
small
about
pot.
wee wee. It's about wee wee. Part of the itty
Well,
bitty
before we get to
peanut
talking shit
committee.
a whole bunch more, let's go, y'all. What did Tevin Campbell say, y'all? What did Tevin Campbell say?
Audi 5,000.
Hey.